Today, we are going to talk about how we have been leveraging AI writers. So just to set the stage for this one, there are a lot of AI writers available. I think Neil actually has an AI writer in his tool now as well. But I personally like using tools like Jasper. And what they do is you can basically write like a command or a prompt, and they will basically write content out for you. So for example, I can say, hey, write a Twitter thread on how to eat healthy food or something like that, right? The more context you give it, the better it is. And it just ultimately saves a lot of time at the end of the day. So Neil, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, mine's really short, but I'll tell you how I like using AI writers. So if you want to use them for writing blog posts, and that's the main thing, like I don't see them too effective for social posts and stuff like that. I know a lot of these tools like the Jaspers and stuff, you can pick the language type or the tone type, tonality, like if you want it witty or smart or serious. But what I found is they work the best writing blog posts. You don't let them write the whole blog for you by just giving them a title and a description. Instead, you have them help you write the blog post piece by piece. So with most of the AI writers out there, like the Jaspers and the Write Sonics and the Copy.ai, and the list goes on and on, you can typically have them write the introduction first and give them all the details you would want in an introduction, and then they write it. And if you don't like it, have them spit up a few different variations, then modify the one that's most closely to the one you like. Then when it gets into the body, you may have 6-7 points, such as like the 7 best locations for scuba diving. Let's say your article was on that. After they got the intro written, then when it comes down to the 7 places and they help you determine the places, you would then want to work on the content piece for each of those cities or states or destinations or whatever it may be for scuba diving. And what you would want to do is do section by section, because if you have the AI writers do all of it at once, the quality just sucks. But if they do section by section, you'll notice the quality is much better. And then you won't have to adjust the content as much, and it works much, much better. The thing I like about Jaspers is you can pick even the person's tone of voice. So I can put like Neil Patel, and it'll create articles that write kind of like me. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close.
So what I like about it, I actually use it every morning when I write for social. So for Twitter or LinkedIn, for example, I actually had a post a couple weeks ago that was written purely by using a tool like Jasper. That one got about 58,000 impressions, so not bad for a tweet. Keep in mind, I don't have a lot of followers. It's like 28,000 or so. Keep in mind, it's not like hundreds of thousands or millions, right? So I would say to Neil's point, what I do in the very beginning is the more you structure it for the AI, the better it becomes, right? And when you write a command, you do it for sections. So what I would do is you can do it. One thing you can do is, I'll say, okay, here's like 7 steps to growing your traffic using SEO in 2023 or something like that, right? And then I would write the 7 steps, and then I would put in like a space in the middle, and I would say for the first one, I'd say expand on point number 1, right? And I would just type that command in, and it would compose. And more often than not, Jasper gets it right. Maybe I might write in the first sentence if it needs a little help, but more often than not, you can just get it on the first point alone, right? And you can say like write a conclusion at the end. So it's really helpful. It saves a lot of time on social. But not only that, when it comes to going back to Neil's blogging point, from a content upgrading standpoint, so if you look at your top 25 performing posts that are also high converting, think about maybe there's a couple of these that you can upgrade where you can add a paragraph somewhere, add 2 paragraphs, where you can make it more relevant. And maybe it's like if there's some updates that have happened in the industry for that specific page, maybe go read something up and then maybe add 2 sentences and say expand on the 2 sentences, right? That's how you're going to be able to upgrade stuff and drive a lot more traffic for this content. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Plus, the good thing about these tools is they have built-in plagiarism checkers. I would just layer on another plagiarism checker just to make sure everything's okay, but they're generally the content is unique. So
Yeah, and look, you can use the AI tools however you want, test them out, figure out what's right for you, but that's how Eric and I use them. I would give our variations or versions a shot on how we're doing it and figure out what works best for your marketing and then adapt from there.
yep. So that is it for today. Please go to levelingup.com/founders to apply for the Founders Mastermind if you're interested in hanging out with Neil and I, and we'll catch you later.